In today's wrap-up, Armenia will introduce mandatory wearing of face masks from May 25th. The trial of former parliament speaker Ara Babloyan has begun. Flights to Russia are set to resume, and Wizz Air is considering restarting flights in mid-June. And India has delivered batches of hydroxychloroquine to Armenia. On May 25th, citizens will be required to wear face masks when outdoors or in public closed spaces. Health Minister Vardan Petrosyan stated that fines may be levied against those who do not follow the order. This comes as 184 new cases of COVID-19 have been confirmed, meaning the total number of cases has risen above 4,000. 94 more recoveries were also reported and 3 new deaths. Preschool establishments will resume activities as well as gyms and indoor areas of restaurants and cafes. Public transport, including the Yerevan Metro, is also set to resume operations from May 18th. The trial of former parliament speaker Ara Babloyan has begun. Babloyan was charged last October along with one of his aides, Arsen Babayan, with abuse of power and forging of official papers. According to the Special Investigative Service, Babloyan abused his power and forged official papers in order to allow Herair Tovmasyan to become president of the Constitutional Court in 2018. Currently, the government is at odds with the Constitutional Court and has moved to hold a referendum that could see the removal of members of the court installed before the 2018 Armenian Revolution. Both Babloyan and Babayan have denied the charges and have labelled the trial as part of a campaign of political persecution on the part of the Pashinyan government. Deputy Prime Minister Tigran Avinyan has announced that Armenia is set to open its air territory in mid-June. He added, however, that arrivees will still be required to self-quarantine. The Deputy PM also stated that regular flights between Armenia and Russia are set to resume today. Moreover, according to Avinyan, budget airline Wizz Air is considering resuming flights from Vilnius and Vienna to Armenia sometime in mid-June. The Indian government has sent batches of hydroxychloroquine to Armenia that can be used to treat around 5,000 COVID-19 patients. Armenia's Deputy Foreign Minister Aved Adons and Indian Ambassador Kishan Dandeval met to discuss the delivery of the drug, the repatriation of citizens, and the strengthening of ties between Armenia and India. Concerns still exist about the use of hydroxychloroquine to treat the novel coronavirus, with the United States FDA cautioning against its use to treat the virus, citing its cardiovascular effects. ＳիվիլNeթ's team went to the office of the Deputy Prime Minister Tigran Avinyan, who heads the state of emergency effort. Speaking to Avinyan himself and members of his team, they revealed what's going on behind the curtain, the decision-making process, and work life trying to run a nationwide emergency operation. And finally, a new documentary film has been released entitled Parts of a Circle. The film was produced by British NGO Conciliation Resources and shows both the Armenian and Azerbaijani side of the Karabakh conflict. ＳiviLNeթ columnist Tigran Krikorian published a review of the film and highlights the difficulty of producing such a project, calling the film one of the few internationally supported successful projects in the Karabakh context. He concluded by raising the issue of Armenian journalists and activists being targeted and labelled for partaking in these sorts of projects, but added that Armenian views were properly presented and did a bigger job for the protection of Armenian interests.